UK's heat record for June lasted 50 years until it was broken yesterday. Yesterday's record lasted less than 24 hours. Today, the mercury reached 36.7 Celsius at Merrifield in Somerset. That's 0.2 degrees higher than yesterday's highest temperature. And another record, a red weather warning for extreme heat for London and parts of the southeast of England, has been extended into tomorrow, the first time it's been issued for 3 consecutive days. Let's bring in Sky's meteorologist, Joe Wheeler. Good to talk to you, Joe. So another day of record-breaking temperatures.
Indeed so, and the race isn't necessarily over yet. Merrifield came in at the last minute, but Yeovilton has been leading the table through much of the afternoon, and there's unsubstantiated reports of 37. So let's see if that happens yet. But yes, that record from 1976 has comprehensively been broken. And indeed, we've had the warmest overnight as well. The previous record for that also put back in 1976. So we've seen this extreme heat. It's all part of Europe's heat wave. We've tapped into that with an area of high pressure, which has been pushing its way northwards. And to be fair, whilst obviously the heat has been in the south, yesterday we saw some of the heat making its way up to Cheshire, parts of Yorkshire, today parts of southern Scotland. So places have warmed up that previously had got temperatures really close to normal. But we're just about at the end of it now. Tomorrow we will see some high temperatures, a potential 38, most likely towards parts of East Anglia as the heat starts to slide away eastwards and we start to see slightly cooler and fresher conditions coming in from the west.
Right, and these heat warnings extended into this third day.
Yes, and that again, I don't think that's ever happened before. So, in fact, the red heat warning, which has been firmly placed over southern counties, slips its way down towards the southeast tonight. The amber warning stays in place until Saturday. And then we've got some fresh yellow ones. Those are for thunderstorms because things do start to break down this evening and it could be quite dramatic.
OK, and when do we think things will cool down?
By the end of the weekend, we should be seeing these cooler conditions across all of the country, much fresher as well, as we pick up what we usually have, which is an Atlantic flow. So we see systems coming off the Atlantic and we see predominantly westerly winds. The high pressure we lose for a little time, although it does look as though things settle again next week. So although you say things cool down, they will cool down over the weekend. But that doesn't mean to say they're not still warm. I think we'll still see temperatures in the low 20s Celsius, which still isn't bad for the time of year. But obviously, before that happens, there's a good chance of seeing some rain, some showers, some thunderstorms, no more so than tonight. We've got some rain over Scotland that's going to turn rather heavy and thundery, pretty much in situ before it starts to push its way southeastwards overnight. But we've also got some showers coming up from the southwest. These now clearly visible on the radar and with them many cracks of lightning as well. And as these storms start to come in, we will see the frequent lightning, some thunder mixed in with that, maybe some hail as well, and also some very strong and gusty winds.
OK, Joe, thank you very much indeed. Well, the Prime Minister insisted measures are being taken to ensure safety across schools during the extreme heat.
It is very hot and obviously schools will have to take the appropriate measures and each school will gauge for itself what the measures are. But it is important that we as a government coordinate this across the country and actually with all of the countries within the United Kingdom, which is what we're doing. We're having COBRA meetings at the official level to monitor what's going on, give the appropriate advice, but obviously it falls to me and others to say take care, be sensible with precautions, and schools are going to have to decide, and they are deciding, most of them finishing a little bit early, or many of them, but they will gauge that according to their local condition.
But unlike Keir Starmer, the Mayor of London, Sir Sadiq Khan, thinks there should be a conversation around introducing a maximum working temperature. Here's what he told Cathy Newman.
Look, we already have on legislation, or through the Health and Safety Executive, a minimum temperature below which people shouldn't be working. We've got to be dexterous and flexible when it comes to maximum temperature because there's not a one-size-fits-all.
And by the way, you can watch the full interview with the Mayor this evening on Cathy's show. That's After Us at 7 p.m. Right, let's find out what's going on outside. Barnaby Papadopoulos is in Winchester for us. What's the scene there?
What's going on outside in Winchester, or what's going on is it is still very, very hot, even though we're drawing close to the evening. I'm by a lovely river here. People are swimming, people are enjoying the hot weather. But I think being by all this water is a reminder of some of the dangers that this extreme heat wave is causing. Just a few miles away from where I'm standing, police in Southampton are continuing to search for a 15-year-old boy who went missing. He was last seen swimming in a lake. This extreme heat raises concerns about the dangers of cold water shock. The water can be a lot colder than the outside temperature. Also this afternoon, we've heard from the chief executive of the London Ambulance Service. He said yesterday the service recorded their highest number of life-threatening calls in history. Those are Category 1 calls. I got a statement here from the chief executive of the London Ambulance Service. This is what he had to say. We have seen the highest number of life-threatening emergencies in our history, driven by the extreme heat across London. Our crews are working very hard in challenging conditions to care for patients. Please help them to help you by taking care of yourself and others. Stay out of the sun and keep hydrated. Now, all of this, I think, is raising questions about our national infrastructure and how prepared we are for heat temperatures like this. We've just heard from the Prime Minister and the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. The head of the Head Teachers Union, and has also written to the government today, urging the government to take action to install air conditioning units in school. We've seen school closures across the country. Along with that, a hosepipe ban in Kent due to concerns that there could be water shortages and a lot of travel disruption too. Network Rail is urging people to only travel in the red and amber areas if absolutely necessary. As well as that, 6 critical incidents at NHS trusts across England. So look, while lots of people are definitely enjoying the hot weather and will continue to, because it looks like it's set to continue for at least another day, a lot of disruption and risks to be aware of too.